Howdy folks, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore, and it is July. It's time for us to report back on what happened in June. How did the June Carnivore Challenge go in this hardcore summer? Okay, I guess we'll have to get into it. We'll start with mine, and then we'll head over and check out Marshal's here on Big Anklevich on health. Okay, as you probably can see, some reluctance to report on June in my face because June did not go well. All the way back when we started this in March, on March 1st, I weighed 250 pounds. I've been doing carnivore for a year and a half and was doing relatively well, but I let myself slide a bunch until I gained back a lot of the weight that I had gotten rid of. I didn't get off of carnivore, however. I gained back the weight while doing carnivore. Yes, that is possible. I gained the weight back because I was eating cheese and more cheese and also drinking heavy cream like it was water. And that made me gain a bunch of weight back. So it is possible for you to do carnivore in a way that is not gonna help you lose weight. And I'm sure it depends from person to person. I know that I have a low tolerance for dairy products. If I have dairy products, if I have some cheese, it'll give me gas. If I have a lot of cheese, it'll give me constipation. It'll give me phlegm in my throat. It'll make my skin dry and it'll give me zits. All of that stuff will come just from dairy. So I try to avoid it as much as possible. But yeah, I was at 250 pounds and doing this carnivore challenge has really helped me to bring that down. First month I lost like 12 pounds. The second month I think I lost 20. That was the ground beef only month. I did really well. And I got all the way down to 217.6 at the end of April. And I was pretty darn excited about that, to tell you the truth. I'm like, man, I am down to a level that I haven't been to in a long time, and it's feeling good. And then I didn't do as good in May, and I only lost 10 pounds. I was down to 206.6 actually, and that's, that was okay. But it was an amazing place for me to be. I was pretty excited about it, but I got into the woods, I got into the weeds, I got into I don't know what. I messed it up in June. I didn't get on board with the hardcore summer. I wasn't into it yet. And I knew I had some things that I was going to have to do. I was going to have to take that trip in the car. And I was just like, what am I going to do? Driving for 24 hours. And so I just let myself slack. Myself be lame, and because of that I put on weight. I ate a bunch of cheese, as I said I shouldn't do, and here we are. It's July 1st. I weighed myself this morning, and what do I weigh? 216. That's almost 10 pounds up. I guess I was 206.6, so it's really 9.4 pounds up, but I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with myself. I'm pretty upset. And it's coming off slow. It's not coming off easy. So we'll have to see how much discipline it takes to get myself back where I should be. I was so close to get into Wonderland, which has been my goal this whole time for more than 2 years. For 6 years I've been having that goal. And I was really close. And I'm letting it slide, so it's time to stop letting it slide. This month, it's gonna be different. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna stick to my lion diet, and we're gonna get there. And it's gonna be a hardcore summer, not a softcore summer. You won't be seeing that thing on my videos. Maybe I'll hassle Marshal with it. I'll put it up when he says something that seems softcore, but we'll see. You're not going to see it on my videos because I'm not going to do something that's softcore. I'm going to be hardcore. I'm going to be eating Lion Diet every day. I'm going to be fasting twice a week, and I'm going to get back to working out too. I'm going to start working out tomorrow and start fasting again tomorrow. It's going to be good, and it's going to be a good month. Who knows where I'll get to? At least hopefully I can get back to where I was on June 1st. That would be good. And then from there we can go on, and we'll head on into Wonderland from there. Let's go over and see how Marshall did this month.
All right, this is my report for the month of June. The entire month. How am I doing? What's my status? The state of Marshall here. What's going on? How's it working? I'm doing well. I'm continuing to progress. I've lost 7.2 pounds in the month. And to be honest, I kind of like just weighing in at the end of the month. I mean, I've spot checked myself a few times throughout the month, but we have been reporting in the middle of the month on the 15th and then at the end of the month. And we didn't do that this month because Big was on vacation during the time and not doing as many videos, just trying to get the daily videos taken care of, let alone. But to be honest, I like the once a month status update because, I don't know, it just feels like it's substantive. It doesn't feel like it's just been a couple weeks. It's been a whole month. What did I do in that month? How did I do? And, 7.2 pounds, that's not too bad, right? I mean, that's going in the right direction. I just remember, I have those memories from a couple years ago when I was losing like 10, 11, 12 pounds or more. Like, I think I was like 16 point something pounds one time when I was doing it, especially when I was just starting out. So I'm waiting. I want those numbers. And maybe I'm beyond that. Maybe I'm older now. My body's different now. I've done more to jack it up. I don't know, but hey, I'll take progress. Even if it was 2 pounds, yes, I'd be more disappointed if it was only 2 pounds, but at least it's in the right direction, right? I am going to really try to focus in July on the things that I said I would do in June. I didn't do much exercise in June. Maybe 3 days I got out and walked, and I didn't always report that I was walking just because I felt like a failure anyway in that regards. So I'm really going to focus on, and I'm not going to say every day in July because that's setting myself up for failure. I'm going to try it for every day, but I'm going to say at least 5 times a week, I'm going to get out and take a walk. So that gives me some wiggle room, but I just really need to, even if it's just right around my block. I mean, that's a pretty short little jaunt. It really doesn't even get you started. Much less than I was doing previously. But man, that was such my big push for so long, was just getting out there and moving your body, being active. That's going to do more to improve the quality of your life than anything else. I mean, yes, losing weight and eating right is important as well. But I really think there's a physical, a mental, and a spiritual benefit to getting out there, especially if you're out in nature. You're not just going to a gym and doing whatever. But if you're walking, if you're out in nature or just being active, your body is working, your mind is working. Now, yeah, I might be listening to something still in my headphones, but it's getting outside of the routine and doing that. And man, I had so much benefit from that in the past, and I just need to start doing it, even if it's a little bit at a time. Baby steps, right? Isn't that what Bill Murray taught us? Baby steps. And so, yeah, at least 5 times a week, I'm going to get out and walk or something like that. Well, it's always walking, right? It's either walking or doing stairs. The other thing that I said I was going to do in June, and I rarely, maybe twice, well, no, at least twice I was able to fast for an entire day. But twice a week, without fail, I am going to fast. In fact, I'm going to start July by fasting July 1st, tomorrow. So will do that. And I just need to be committed to it. I can't just let myself off the hook. And I guess that's slowly but surely I'm getting to the point where I'm trying not to let myself off the hook. And I am going to, at least for a week or two, I'm going to at least measure and see how many calories I'm eating, and I'll try to get around 3,000 calories in during the day. Well, anyway, try to do that. And at least see, okay, when I'm eating 2 hamburgers, what am I actually getting out of that? When I'm eating 6 eggs, what am I actually getting out of that? And just to have it in my head. And I think that's kind of what Big has been preaching, and it's worked for him. I do feel that, Big's at a different stage of his, I mean, he's at the bottom end. He's trying to get under 200 pounds, but he's really at the other end of the spectrum, where I'm still way up at the top. And we'll see, but it would be good for me to be able to gauge, okay, this is what I'm eating. This is how much, if I was just eating this is how much I would need to eat in a day. And just kind of have that in my head. So I'm gonna be more conscious, more measured in that, and just try to be more mindful of that, and not just winging it. I mean, some days I'm gonna wing it, but yeah, I'm really gonna focus on the fasting at least twice a week, and the walking at least 5 days a week. So that's really what I'm trying to focus on, and hopefully I'll be more successful. I think the exercising every day really bumps up the success, because if you're putting in the effort to physically walk every day, to be active, then you want it to be worth it, right? And you don't want to eat as much, because that pretty much bogs down your progress and your enjoyment of getting out and being active. So that's about all I have to say about my progress and where I'm at here at the end of June, the beginning of July. So that's a wrap. And yeah, I think if Big wants to do it in the middle of July and do a status update, he can do that. But I think I'm just going to do my status update at the end of July. I just like that. I feel better about that. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's my plan, and I will stick to it. And it's a journey, right? It's a journey. So there we go, and I'll be back here at the end of July telling you how much success I have had.
All right, Marshall, looking good. There you go. And you can keep taking it to the next level and get even better. I'm excited to hear that. All right, folks, we'll see you next time on Big Anklevich on Health.